What's going on, everybody? This your boy Eric B. Patterson. No introductions. With the beat and the pictures and all of that at the beginning of this video. I need to speak about something real important today. Something that's been on my heart, something that's been on my mind, and I'm hoping I can get y'all time at least to some type of capacity. At least hear me out. I want to speak from the words of a father. I want to speak from the words of a black man. And I want to speak the words from a person who, in more ways than one, gave up. Gave up on a lot of things when it came to things that he actually cared about, loved, or even was attached to. I hope my words in this video don't offend no one. That's not my objective. My objective as I speak my words today in this video is to speak my experience. Not only to speak my experience, but to also speak the same story of a lot of other men. I'm going to speak about baby mothers and single mothers today from two different aspects. One, I'm going to speak from the aspect of being a baby father to a baby mother. The other aspect is I'm going to speak from a man in the dating scene dealing with other people's baby mama. Man. Let me start this off with one of my baby mamas. So I'm going to start it off with a true story. And again, I told y'all anytime I come to this channel, Better Us, Better Life, I'm going to give you only true, only real, and only authentic. And my only hope is that you hear me with an open heart, open ears, and an open mind. Understand where I'm coming from, again, as a black man. So, to start my story off, let me say this. One of the things that I'm known for, people who know me, all in New York City and other states out of town, wherever I go, all through my life as a man who was capable and able to raise a child, I had my kids with me. It wasn't a scenario where, most of my kids I had with me. I raised them. Notice I said most, not all. And that's the point of my story today. So one day, I was about, this was years ago, I was about 22, 23 years old. I had my daughter in my arms. Again, I'm raising my daughter. My daughter, she was with me. She was 9 months old. Her mother came through out the blue randomly one day, came to see her. And I said to her mother, I said, look, she's getting a lot of bumps all on her face. We know what we do with each other. So I think the last thing that we need to do is be kissing her all in her face because she's breaking out. Very mature, right? That single line of me being mature and me trying to protect my child started a snowball of some bullshit that affect my life still today. Please hear my story. So when I said to her, you or me need to be kissing the baby in the mouth, she breaking out on the face. What this person did was she grabbed the baby by the back of her head. Mind you, my daughter was 9 months at the time. She grabbed my daughter, the back of her head, and literally, right after I said what I said, she put her whole complete tongue in my daughter's mouth. And like I said, I'm going to always be truthful. Or I ain't going to, you know. But if I'm going to come on out and say anything, I'm going to make sure it's all true. And I'm going to make sure it's all authentic. Nothing added, nothing taken away. So anyway, literally after I told her we shouldn't even kiss her in her face because she's breaking out bad, she literally grabbed the back of the little girl's head, put her whole entire tongue in her mouth, you know, on some to slight me / being sarcastic. At that time, I was 22, 23-ish. My wrong in that whole scenario was my automatic impulse, which was to smack her. And I did. And I was wrong. I still regret doing that to this day. But I'm being honest. That's what I did. I felt like I was protecting my daughter. Anyway, make a long story short. She leaves. Me and my daughter, again, my daughter's with me. So she's not taking the daughter. I got the baby. She leaves. Me and my daughter goes back in the house. Me and my daughter watching cartoon. Mind you, again, my daughter 9 months old. Me and my daughter watching cartoon. About an hour later, me and my daughter, you know, we doze off. We sleep. She laying on daddy's chest. She laying on my chest. And we was just watching TV. About an hour later, this is what you hear at the door. Doom, doom, doom. Doom, doom, doom. Needless to say, I'm sure everybody knows already what that knock entails. It was the police. They didn't arrest me then and there. What they did was they let me get dressed. Let me get me and my daughter dressed. And they let me carry my daughter to the police car. Sit in the back seat of the car with my daughter on my lap. We goes to the police station. Now, when I got in that police station, walked in with my daughter in my arms, lo and behold, I see my daughter's mother and her boyfriend. Nothing to it. Fuck them. You know, fuck them. Nothing to it. So then when we walk to the back to the room, the officer takes my daughter out my arms. Because he's about to, you know, arrest me, put me in a cell, you know, run me through the whatever. And I remember that day. I said, as I was giving my daughter to the officer, I said, hold on, officer. Let me give. And it's ironic that this whole thing started off of kisses. I said, officer, let me give my daughter another kiss. One last kiss. And I kissed her on her forehead. My daughter was 9 months old. Make a long story short, I went through a whole domestic violence case. Like I'm some bad ravaging beast. And I felt like I was protecting my daughter, even if it was from her own mother. I went through what I went through maybe a month or two, you know, with that domestic violence thing inside a, you know, jail, Rikers Island. And, again, this happened when my daughter was 9 months old. When I came home a couple months later, I'm looking high and low for my daughter. I couldn't find her. Man, this woman disappeared with my daughter. Disappeared with my daughter. Y'all ready for the second side of this specific story? Part 2 of this specific story is this. Years later, couldn't find my daughter. I looked. Even some of my family members looked. I couldn't find my daughter. I'm still raising the rest of my kids. Had other kids, you know. Time goes by. Nigga getting older. Out the blue, I get a message on Facebook one day from that woman. How you doing? You looking good, this and that. Yada, yada, yada. Make a long story short, my daughter was 17 years old. I didn't see my daughter from 9 months old until 17 years old. I'm making this video today because the last part of the story, see, this is my specific story, but the last part of this story is a lot of our black men's story. My daughter was 17 years old. She don't know me. I don't know her. I guess she didn't have no love for me. I was just another guy to her. She didn't know me. I can understand. I'm a big boy. I'm grown. She started asking for a lot of money real quick. You know, I'm giving her money. Mind you, I got a whole, I got other kids that I'm taking care of. Hard body, not just a pair of sneakers here and there. No, I'm taking care of my kids. Even taking care of other kids. So, one day, I said to her, again, I respect, people's names or whatever, so I'm not going to even say my daughter's name. So, one day, when she was pushing it a little bit too far, when it came to the money, I said, look, oh, mind you, hold on, before I go, she already had a baby. So when I met my daughter had a daughter at 17. And the crazy part about this whole thing, again, while I'm coming on this video today and I'm addressing my story specifically to baby mothers and single mothers, and this is only part one. There's going to be a few parts to what I'm saying tonight, but the things are going to be different. I'm not staying on the same story. So anyway, I tell her, hold on, I'm like, look, I did what a father's supposed to do. I'm telling y'all, what I did to her, I did what I felt a father's supposed to do. I said, listen, you highly sexually active out here. And I don't want to be the man to pop up out the blue and try to tell you how to run your life or try to tell you how to do things. If it was meant for that, I guess I was born or grow to that extent. But as I'm standing here right now, I know we don't have that bond, and I know, you don't. But when it comes to money, you're not being considerate of me, my life, your other brothers, your other sisters. I said, look, get your name on some type of schooling. I don't give a hell if you go once a week. I don't give a fuck. Have your name on somebody's roster. Make me feel like you're doing something with yourself. So when I am giving you money, I don't feel like a sucker. Because all of these little dudes, all these little niggas in the neighborhood, who you doing whatever with, again, I ain't trying to stop you. You're going to do what you want to do anyway. I'm grown enough to know that. But they literally getting something from you. And they're not giving you nothing. Meanwhile, you're trying to get everything from me. And you ain't giving me nothing. So it's kind of like you're being their sucker and you trying to make me your sucker. And that makes me uncomfortable, being a whole grown, mature man who's been through so much in my life. So this is what we're going to do. You get your name on somebody's roster, inside of a school somewhere, or get a job, whatever. And every single week, I'll put money in your account. So every single week when you get paid, I'll add something to your paycheck, or every week, and you've attended school for that week, I'll send you some bread. I'll send you some money. This is the part that got me talking to y'all today. You know what happened? She went to her mother, telling her mother I ain't want to give her no money and all of this and all of that. Her mother didn't call me. Her mother didn't call me to chop it up with me or nothing. I'm going to tell you the fucked up, trifling shit they did. Both of them. Not only my baby mother took me into child support and made me look like I was a deadbeat dad for all of these years, when she knows she took my daughter from me. But then she convinced my daughter to take her baby father to child support as well. The irony of that. The same day you go in there and put me on child support, you convinced our daughter to put her baby father on child support? What type of games are y'all playing? It's not my fault that I wanted to get out of the dungeon, get out of the bullshit, and do something more with myself. Do something with my life. And because I have the displeasure of ever meeting you, I gotta always be grabbed back down. I didn't do nothing wrong in that scenario. I did what a responsible father would do. I didn't want to keep funding her freely while she kept moving around life, destroying herself. Was I wrong for that? I'm 100% sure I know I wasn't wrong for that. So now here I am, my life is affected by all of that. My passport is, my license is, I'm a dude from the street though. I do the things I like to do. I do what I want to do. But just to know, anytime I'm getting these different real good jobs or anything, child support, sending them some type of note saying that they got to take a certain amount of money out my check every week or every 2 weeks, making me look like I don't give a fuck about my kids. So it's hard for us to be a father sometimes when we're dealing with a person who got control of the narrative, even when that narrative that they're pushing out there isn't true. Like, we can't win. Y'all always talking about a good father or a good baby daddy and this and that. Man, even y'all fellas that watch this video, y'all stop talking about what a good baby mama and a good woman and what a good... It's all based on, everything is based on a good person. There's no such thing as a good or a bad baby daddy. There's no such thing as a good or a bad baby mama. It is a such thing as a good person. And a lot of us is not being good to each other on purpose. I didn't even make no mistakes in that. But even if I did make a mistake, I got to pay for it for the rest of my life. It ain't like, When do we get this break? Who hears us when we talk? We not chatty patties and run around to our homeboys and tell them everything that we go through. And then our homeboys is able to tell other people, and other people able to tell other people, and then it becomes a word of the neighborhood, like how y'all did. It became like a common thing, even when a man is not a bad man, even when that person is a good person. Because you want to put him in that box, society buys it because you a woman and he's a man. And I'm tired of that. My life is affected by someone else. I'm tired of that. I can ask God for forgiveness. Be a better person to everybody around me. Leave them streets alone 100%. Be a good man. But I keep getting pulled back by decisions of people who won't even get off their ass. Forcing me now, to all the baby mothers and single mothers out there, I got to ask y'all a question. If you bought a house and you missed the payment, would you love that house? Probably not. If you bought a car and you missed one of those car payments and they put you in jail, would you be able to love that car? Probably not. Probably not. So how can y'all expect us to get dragged through the mud? No one to hear us. Nowhere to go. Nobody to talk to. Nobody to understand us. Nobody who really want to understand us. Because they just see us as just another nigga. What do we do? You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously. Y'all go through shit, right? Y'all got a circle of homegirls who y'all might could talk to. Y'all got all of these different outlets and places that got things in place for y'all when y'all go through things. But what about us, the black man? And y'all always talking about Black Lives Matter and how y'all on the front line for black lives. But y'all can't get nowhere if y'all black men are weak. And y'all don't even see that. I can't speak for all black men, but I can speak for the majority of the black men that I know. We love our kids. We'll kill for our kids. We'll die for our kids. But it's kind of like because of things put in place. Our love for our kids and our bond and everything, that when it comes to our kids and us, it's kind of like it's at the bottom of the totem pole. Not only to the system, not only to y'all, but it also trickles down to our kids, to where they barely respect us. Even when we've been there, even when we have been there, a lot of them don't respect us because they're so busy with y'all, point of view. They're so busy with everything that got something to do with mommy. It's like daddy is, what's up with us? Where we at? So yeah, I made this specific video for all the baby mothers out there. All the single mothers out there. You got black men out here hurting. You got black men out here hurting on the inside and out. You got a system out here that's built to give them not only no help, but the people who's supposed to love them, y'all, It's put in place to where there is no love out here anymore. We even forgot or don't know the place of a father and a mother, man and a female. And since I'm talking today, please allow me to clear that up a little bit. I'm going to tell y'all the difference between a male and the difference between a female. The difference between a mother and the difference between a father, and how they are both needed. How they are so different, but so much the same. You see, one, listen to me closely. Listen to me real close. One makes sure you live, and the other, it makes sure you don't die. You see how they're so different, but yet the same. You see, the mothers, the nurturers, the ones who are supposed to do the caring, y'all the ones who make sure we live. The good food y'all cook us. The ingredients that keep us healthy, grow older. The mother, she makes sure we live. The father, he's the one who will take the bullet the first bullet if somebody busts into that household. He's the one who will get up and go out there and make sure we good. Protect, provide. He the one who makes sure we don't die. We run that by you again. The mother, she makes sure we live. The father, he makes sure we don't die. That's the difference between a man and a woman. That is the difference between a mother and a father. And I think it's ironic and I find it crazy that most men that I know, just like myself, when we either have or were raising our kids and we were doing it, we knew 100% for sure we needed a woman in the midst of this. That balance to teach the other side of it. And I just think it's so crazy how so many women I know, they think they're the mother and the father, and that child will come out to be a productive member of society. Now, of course, there is always exceptions to all rules. But in general, that don't be the case. That's why we got so many thoughts, hoes, pookies, and ray-rays. And I'm not even ashamed to say, I used to be a Pookie and a Ray Ray. Matter of fact, I'm still getting my shit together. In a lot of ways, I'm still Pookie and Ray Ray. I'm just more keen to a whole lot around me. When you take your stuff, when you take yourself out of the mix of bullshit, you literally get the opportunity to see the ingredients of the bullshit. To all the baby mothers, and to all the single mothers out there, if y'all could, do me a favor. Go easy a little bit more on some of these men. They are all not bad just because y'all had a falling out or had a disagreement. Allow them to still live life. Allow them to be a better them. Why keep them in a bad scenario of who they were before? If they're trying to get better, they want to be better, and they want to be something, and for the kid, let them. We running around here and we screaming how Black Lives Matter, and we running around here screaming like, you know, how we love each other and all of that. Come on, ain't nobody talking about how we kill each other more than anybody else. and y'all thought that I would march out there against the police like they're the big problem. It hurt my heart to know what they're doing to us. Of course. I'm with the shits like y'all with the shits. But I'm not going to be dumb. Why would I march against them over there when the people who I'm marching with in my everyday existence kill people like me quicker than them? That would be an asshole of me. So, if Black Lives Matter, let's show that Black Lives Matter in more ways than just running our mouth, in more ways than just showing signs and trying to get on front of TVs and you know, everything. Come on, we can literally, men and, you know, and then come through. If she don't got no money, make sure she got bread in her pocket. Here go 100, here go a couple hundred. You know, do regular shit. You know, and I'm not saying that's expected, but if I got it, I'm the type of dude where if I'm good, anybody who I deal with on a personal level, and you're around me, I'm gonna try to make sure you're good too. So anyway, I say all that to say this. So now, me being a man in today's society, knowing being a stepdad, we really don't get no credit. You know, we don't get nothing out that deal. And it's a lot to deal with, and it also takes away from our resources. This woman thought that she could run off at the mouth. This woman thought that she could say shit to me that I'm dumb. Like, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I'm in a room one day with this female. I'm playing with her son and all that. Now, she's supposed to be doing business on the phone with a dude. She's on the computer. She typing whatever, you know. So, you know, I'm playing with the little nigga. Playing with the little man. Her voice that she was talking to the dude was the voice that she talked to me in. You know, one of those real, you know, I ain't a female. Don't want to be a female. So I can't do the voice. But y'all know what I'm talking about when y'all talking to that thing. You know what I mean? Y'all boo, boo, boo. You know how y'all change that voice up and it sound real nice. Real sexy. Real sexy. Anyway, she's doing that not only while I'm in front of me, literally in front of me, and your kid here. So even if you was taking care of business, why right now? It's a Sunday morning. It was a Sunday morning. It's a Sunday morning. Your dude here, your kids is running around. That phone call was that important? Really? And why, yo, I can't explain to the depths of how that voice was sounding. But fellas, we all know. Ladies, y'all all know what y'all do. But that voice was one of those voices. We know what it was. So I confronted her on it. I'm like, you know, I find that ironic and a little funny where, you know, you're supposed to be taking care of business, but you didn't have a business voice. You had a real personal voice. You know what she gonna say to me? She looked me dead in my eyes and said, oh, I only was talking to him in that type of voice because I was just talking to you like that. And, you know, it was kind of like, word. I was supposed to buy that, right? Now, I can't even picture no woman gonna let me talk that type of talk, how I talk to her, in front of her, to another woman. And I'm gonna just be like, oh, it ain't nothing. I only was talking to her like that because I just finished talking to you like that. I don't even know nobody dumb enough to buy it. And I done been around some of the brightest and some of the not brightest women. I don't even know somebody who that dumb to buy that. But a man like me who done been in so many places, done so much in my life, raised my own kids, been a boss, single mothers and baby mothers out there, look. We are not dumb. We can see what's going on. Sometimes we might act blind because we're trying to get the cooch. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to do whatever. But in general, all of us men are not dumb. You know what? And I'm going to go even a step further. Now, mind you, this female got 5 or 6 kids, 5 definite baby daddies. She used to sell coochie. She admitted it. You know how y'all have y'all talks. I'm talking about she used to sell coochie back in the day. Mind you, all of them kids, you know what I mean? Like, no. What man who got his own little business going, who's keeping himself up, taking care of things and all that, who want to deal with that? We don't want to deal with that. So when I'm complaining about the things that I don't like or that make me uncomfortable, you know what's so crazy? They started acting like I got an attitude or like I'm crazy. Every time I stand up for myself and speak about what I don't like or what makes me uncomfortable or what makes me feel disrespected, now all of a sudden I got an attitude and this is the ass kicker, y'all. Y'all got feet, right? Good. Kick this in the ass because this is the ass kicker. This person gonna say to me, oh yeah, you changed. This,